Morning, Hayden. How you going, mate?
Morning, buddy. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Alrighty. How was how's the rest of the trading day yesterday? You guys trade much?
No, not me, just observing mainly.
Mm-hmm. My charts got all messed up somehow. I don't know what happened, but when it seems to compete with my phone if I log into TradingView on my phone.
Did you ever get your little scroll button back?
My what? Sorry.
Your scroll button, when you keep going backwards and
Oh,
forwards on your chart.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I noticed mine's disappeared as well. But if you leave it in the bottom right-hand corner, just put it in there, it pops back up again. Now it's calling me a liar. It won't come up this time. Oh, hang on. I'll scroll down. Yeah, there it's popped up. Yeah. So if you move your charts back in time, then put it right down in the bottom right-hand corner of your chart, it should turn up again. Just hover it down there,
Like in
right
this
below
area.
below the stochastic. Still not coming up, eh? Have you scrolled backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine comes up now. I just leave it there and it turns up. It's right on. Yeah, because I've got stochastic on my chart as well.
Oh, actually, I found a shortcut just now. So if I'm back. Just had a thought then. If your scales all messed up. Oh wait, did that just show up? Anyway, if your scales all messed up, what you can do is you double click on this scale here, and it rescales. But then if I double click on this one down the bottom, it actually takes me to the front.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I
if I
didn't
du-
know that one.
yeah, okay, all right, that's better if that scale button is gone.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, what? Is it the indicator that stops it? Anyway, yeah, cold and dark over here. So yesterday was a crazy day, man. What moves? Just thin market price. I mean, the equity markets are still open, but it was still a bank holiday, Columbus Day in the US. But man, the markets just ripped. So it just pumped and pumped and pumped. So I wonder if today is the opposite. Today could dump. Um, what I can get rid of a whole bunch of these things. I'll sort it out later on. Anyway, let's just review yesterday's idea. So we were looking for buys, but we had to be careful with the open, how to navigate that successfully. So we saw Asia had consolidated across here. And then we've got the pre-London, which was pretty bullish. And then we got to London Open. And 5 minutes before London Open, had the little pullback. So I wanted to take the buy, but just had to be careful. So when price moves up and it makes a high, it's very dangerous to take the break of that new high, because we wanted to make, like, if it pulls back, so if the volume's there, it will just shoot straight up. And that is the danger of missing the trade. But when price pulled back and it was breaking that high for the second time, that was when I was like, it'll be a good trade to take. So price broke the high the second time. And then the idea was the trade between, from the blue line up until roughly around this area. Remove risk and then just let us see where it goes after that. So this little, oops, this red zone, over here, just forget about the sell for a second. This red zone here, if we go back over to the left, you can see the structure that price had created near this Asia high and near this Euro high, where price, we've got a couple of rejections, a couple of necklines at this level, wicks rejections, price pushed up, came down, sat on this level, and then dropped. And we've got, on the lower time frame, we've got like a little gap, like imbalance in price. So nice little area where we can expect to see some sort of reactions. So that was where I was looking for to take my just take the risk out of the trade. Price pushed up above the Euro high, got up all the way to the Asia high. We've got a London fix area over here. Now the sells, just there's not sells I took. Remember at the end of the stream, it was saying there's going to be a rejection at some stage because price doesn't just move up like this one way, 90 odd pips, without having some sort of pullback. So we wanted to wait for like a 5-minute candle. The stochastics were all in, what's going on? There we are, down to indicating a bit. Stochastics were very overbought. All up here, all the way through, basically. Just very crazy. Just absolutely crazy how they can just stay like that for so long. But the idea was to wait now, not just overbought, but wait for start to have a rejection. And this one here, it was at the zone I wanted, but the 5-minute candle just didn't quite close the way I wanted it to. And that was disappointing. The 4-minute closed exactly the way I wanted it to. So the 4-minute, that one. Nice. The first candle that actually showed rejection. If that wasn't the 5-minute candle, that's the one that we would have gone. And we even looked at that. I'm like, it's not for me to take, because if I wanted on Monday, given the last week started not very well, so this week I wanted to start pretty disciplined. So I'm really happy with the buys. Didn't quite get the candle I wanted on the 5-minute, but then I was just saying, stop loss 15 pips or so above the high. Let's look for a 2-to-1, 1-to-1, and make sure it doesn't become a losing trade. 2-to-1, take profit, and that was it. She dropped all the way, took out the London low, made a new London low, and then from there, it was just all upside. All upside. But it was thin market conditions, so I was pretty surprised with the New York Stock Exchange Open, just flew, absolutely flew. Same happened on NAS. NAS just absolutely pumped. I got a nice trade on NAS, actually, while I was watching it. When price pushed down, came back up, figured that we could take out this low. Price eventually started showing rejections. I thought that was a good opportunity to take. Closed out, like literally there, and then it just kept on falling, but that's all right. Took a sell from here to here. That was nice, like 40 odd pip move. Okay, so now today we don't have bank holidays. Today we have everyone here. Oh, what a time. We've had some UK news already. We've had Unemployment dropping, which is good. More unemployment claims, but unemployment dropped. We've got ZEW sentiment at 10. We've got CAD CPI later on. We've got Empire State. We've got New Zealand CPI. We've got the big ones starting later on the week with CPI on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got the Euro interest rates. They're expected to cut. So by all accounts, I'm pretty bullish. It's just still, even with this pump, I would like to see a dump, but whether we get it, don't know. I don't know. So it's probably got a lot more legs, but it's disappointing when it's up this high because now we've got nothing to the left because this is a new all-time high. So I think the indicator will be able to help a bit if we get if we can wait and be patient and wait for a London leg, then can look for some sort of reaction. But other than that, we're going to have to just wait and see what London decides. So where we bounced off of was this liquidity at the moment. This little consolidation zones. We've got Asia low, price ripped down, reacted off from that. Bouncing. We've got to deal with this little Asia liquidity. But yeah, let's see where we go. If we go to nothing to the left, we're in empty space. So the zones are going to be a bit tricky to identify. Anyway, what are you guys looking for? Oh, Nish, it's in the if you go into the Discord, it's in there. Discord.
Hong Kong has been dumping.
Oh, hello. How can I add this in again? Oh, you click on it. Click on this one, this link, and then it will bring up on the screen. And then go down the bottom and add to favorites, and then it will pop up in here. Sorry, Annie. Hong Kong, the 50.
Yeah, it's just been dumping heavily. And I'm just wondering, does German follow that? Is there any connection?
A little bit. But not as much.
Okay.
So was there any comments?
Both Japan and Hong Kong are just dumping, and I thought maybe they do it first and then German follows or something.
Yeah, I don't actually look at it enough to I don't look at it enough to see if there's any connection.
Okay.
But it depends on what it's falling for. So a lot of it's an anticipation of stimulus. So if that stimulus is just if they're very vague on the details, then it could lead to disappointment, or it could just be going for a liquidity grab. It's been on a massive surge though. Look at that. Added Hong Kong 50 from this low in mid to late September. That is like a 30%, 37% rally. That's sick, isn't it? In less than a month, 37%. We'd imagine if
So maybe just a natural.
Oh, it's hugely volatile. Can you imagine if German and NAS had 37% moves in a matter of weeks?
We'd all be rich and famous, wouldn't it?
Oh, I think there'd be a lot of dead bodies as well. A lot of people absolutely ripped apart with that kind of volatility. Okay, so how are you guys putting your levels in? I'm cautious of the dump with London. There's liquidity here. We've got pockets of liquidity all across here. This one's already been this one's been tested already. Yeah, liquidity wick. We've got this area is where price pushed up above the London high and rebounded. So I'm guessing, Glenn, you're looking for shorts?
I am, but I'm just waiting to see. Like, I saw this and I was interested to see whether the following candle would react, but this close to the open, I'm not. If I'm not in it already, I'm just gonna have to wait.
Yep. Hey, it's easy to hear you then. Did you change anything?
Nothing, mate. Just luck of the draw.
Is your computer closer?
Nope. I've got it mounted. It's custom built custom built joinery, mate.
Oh,
Everything has a place.
It's been moved. It's higher, is it?
No, it's just. I'll send a photo to you.
It's way easier to hear. For weeks, it's been like it's always muffled.
Don't know.
Cool. That's I can hear now without like what was that?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh, Maz's having a bit of a pullback.
Yeah, I'm not really reading into the moves just yet. I really wanted to see what London's going to do first.
Early buys.
The way that it was moving yesterday, I feel because it was thin market conditions, is the week is just it's so big already. Like if we look at this weekly candle, unless it's going to be like the way Monday has started, with us only having that little tiny pullback in Asia consolidation and then bursting up, it's going to be hard to take any buys that you want to hold for a reasonable length of time to try survive some liquidity grabs and little pullbacks. So I'm really skeptical about taking any sort of like breakout buys, even though it's we're in such a strong trend. I want to wait for some sort of pullback, or at least if price is breaking fresh a level to the left, I want to take the second break before pushing up, and then even then it's like get the risk out when you can. I hate trading all-time highs. It's such a tricky time. Okay, we got 2 minutes.
We're in a pretty solid channel.
On German.
Zoom out.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it?
No, there's no real break of structure in that whatsoever.
No.
Little bit of a liquidity grab below the Asian low. Retesting previous highs. And working all the way up. Retesting those. Like sucking all the liquidity out, so just waiting to see what it does after.
Yeah, when we've seen these kind of runs plenty of times on German, and when it's really ripping, like let's go back. When was the last time? We can do this in a little bit. Like when it's ripping here, really bullish, and other times in the past, like this run, what we get is the lows don't often get broken of the session lows. We get the pullbacks, but when it does take a low, it can easily run for a couple of sessions where it doesn't retest a low again. So I just don't want to get caught out that the euro's taking the Asian low and then pushing bullish. I don't want to get caught out expecting a pullback and getting caught into something that's so bullish into a sell without a lot of confirmations. But then also when it's getting close to these lows, when it takes a low, if it really wants to run, it can just do one sweep, and then you can have like multi sessions where it just goes bullish. So I don't want to miss any opportunities, but I also don't want to get caught out. So if London, what I would really like, when I say like it doesn't take the low, is say euro's bullish, London can move up, come back down, do a partial retest, and then move up. I just don't want to get caught out on taking a fake out, and then London pulling back to this area before them going bullish. So I need to be careful. Here's the open now. So London straight away kicked things off, took the Asia high, moved 27 pips in the first seconds. I'm sure there's some cowboys here that took that Asia high for a reaction. Second break above this level, could see more upside. Where it's going to go, it's hard to work out where the high could be because you got nothing. You can use round numbers. Potentially, you can use fib extensions. You can use divergences if you do that. Maybe Bolly bands. I don't know, some sort of technical.
Naz has taken the Asian line.
Yeah, yesterday was a funny one where we saw German going up straight away. We saw France 40 going down immediately. So we had like quite a lot of divergence across indices. Even yesterday's New York session, NAS and US 30 were traveling in opposite directions for a long time. It's kind of crazy given the tech stocks were all booming. It'd be nice to see how SAP opens. To see if this one gaps up or down. Yesterday, see how it gapped up, and it really gave a good impulse to the German 40, given it's the biggest contributor to the German 40. So there's always a bit of a delay, though, with specific stocks. So even though they're open, we don't get it for usually the first 20 minutes until they work out if it gapped higher or lower. So that's sitting on my hands at the moment. I'm not looking to take any specific trade. I'm really not sure on the direction it's going to go first. Kind of feel naked up here at this all-time highs. It's always much nicer when you can go back and like use this stuff over here for potential targets or levels to at least let price close above to use as a support. And you've got all this expansionary. Remember yesterday I was saying don't short a fresh high, and that was sage advice because you got the highs here. So if we get reactions underneath it, much safer. But don't just like this. Once it made the high, the new all-time high, you don't want to short a fresh all-time high. If it reacts and then starts to really show that it's uncomfortable up at this level, then you can start shorting it, looking for pullbacks, etc. But don't just blindly short an all-time high because that shows you that the momentum is very dangerous. Just to sell because it's all-time high. Let's have a look at gold while German's sorting that stuff out. So gold had a good little drop yesterday. It's pretty volatile. We had 190 pip Asian session, or 170. Yeah, 170. Sorry. Then we drove up. London just wiggled its way down. Then US New York session had a good 140 pip move back up, then dropped all the way down. Like a lot of very difficult to the timing of this because it's such a thin market. The moves were actually quite clean, but it just ripped hard. So yeah, really had to have good timing to make some money out of some of these moves. Definitely didn't have the attention span yesterday when you're looking after a 1-year-old to try and navigate some of those. Okay, so what's France 40 doing?
Had a big pullback.
Yeah, at least we're nowhere near the all-time highs. It's just the chart's not as clean as German. So France, pretty nice candle this one. So I wonder, yeah, come on. I really would like to see London go for something lower. So at least we got a little bit of a rejection candle, 5 minutes closed as a bit of a spike up. Let's see what this candle is going to do. I'd like to see it try push up. The next one, try push up. And eventually, if we're really not pushing up with that kind of, if we're not pushing up and we're throwing rejection wicks up, and then we can start, if we start breaking through these levels, then I really would like to target at least this area for London to come back to. Whilst Germans in this predicament it's in, is anyone looking at anything else that want to go through that walk us through? Nope, no.
No, I've got my eye on gold, but it's not really. It's still trending too much for me. That last 5 minute close was nice, but it's not really what I want to see yet to short it.
Mm-hmm.
It did react from the 2650 level, which is not too bad for me.
Just looking here, yen is quite strong. Swiss, even though it had that CPI that came out, came in pretty much in line with expectations. So Swiss actually performing. We've seen US dollar. So the Dixie, I mean, it's very early in the day, but the Dixie actually rose for the day so far. So what we're actually seeing, we've got JPY is strong, got Swiss, that usually, like most of them are positive, as in like they've gained against other peers. We've got US dollar as well. These are safe havens. So maybe the sentiment after such a bullish day yesterday, maybe the sentiment's just a little bit cautious going into today. If the safe havens are performing, we're seeing the strength of the yen has melted the Nikkei. So we're seeing the Nikkei tumble, and that's how we can see that's having a big impact in the Hong Kong 50 as well. So unless we get something that changes the mood, then I actually think this could be I'd like to see if we can take I'd like to see signs of a low being targeted for London, at least just to get a better price. Because right now, London is currently at the highest point it's pretty much ever been on German 40. So pretty hard to get that breakout. Unless we start seeing like candles moving properly, but the first 11 minutes, we haven't seen any real strength of conviction. So I'm just trying to see, look at correlation, trying to find something when levels and zones aren't as easily used, because there's just nothing really to go by.
Hayden, UK 100's at an interesting area. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't really look at it too much normally, just because of the volatility. It's mostly range bound if we zoom out. So see the daily, where the daily's been like.
Yeah.
Just doesn't. I know it's at an interesting level, but usually when US dollar strengthens or pound weakens, usually that's actually a positive driver for the UK 100.
Mm-hmm.
So because we've had some UK news, we've had their unemployment claims and unemployment. If pound is holding strength and US dollars holding strength, and we're seeing pound US kind of struggle to have direction as well, then I'd say that UK 100 could just bounce between some minor levels. Like we could find that we get caught up in this London high, little area of consolidation for New York. Price could easily just pull back and retest the euro low and get caught in this area. Even if it breaks above here and then goes towards like an Asian high and then moves to this area. The problem with UK 100 is that if you're trying to trade these areas are only like 10, 20 pips. and the spread's actually not that small for UK 100. I just find that the moves are very tight. So it's not my preferred thing to look at. Every now and then you get a really good direction with UK 100, but I just don't like the idea of trading inside of this zone. This to me is just super, super, super messy. Okay, it looks like we're breaking out finally here. So took the Asia high, second break now. If we can push above. I don't want to take the buy, but now I can go into a bit of discovery mode to try see where are there going to be sellers that start pushing back. I'd like to see a clean move up, to be honest. I think it'd be much easier for me to not trade pushing up, but at least then see where German comes to, like where the momentum starts to stall, and actually just take the reversal. I think that could be actually an easier trade to take. Or if we close back below here. If we close back below here, what I'll look is to target I'll target lower. I'm not really sure where I'll target just yet. Probably the euro low. And if we're rejecting, if we show some rejections up here and we can close below this little London low, I think the euro low could be a very good target. Or if we can push up and we can create some sort of pattern where it's like bullish here, I'll just zoom in. If this candle can close like so, and then the next candle can move up, and then what we get is a bit of a support put in here. Then if we get a bearish candle, we can have a bit of a resistance, and this could be the big boys filling an order then, so that if we then move up like so, then this becomes an order block. And then if it can close underneath, take in something like this to retest that London low, and this over here becomes your trading opportunity. If we can go underneath the London low, this area does concern me a little bit, to be honest. But I would like to see if we could just try and make a new London low before then the buying actually really takes off. So I just don't like taking the buy from the open in fresh territory without London have done a liquidity grab. That's why I'm really cautious on these buys. Does that make sense like this? Look at what Nas did yesterday. This is the premise of that trade, that sell I took. So price very, very, very bullish on the New York Stock Exchange Open. Went up, moved over 150 pips straight away to the upside. then we get that little bearish candle, then we get that support, and then we get that resistance. We get price closing below that structure, comes down, creates this draw of liquidity, comes up, retests that structure, and the structure I'm talking about is this. Got a little imbalanced candle, throws up some rejection wicks, and then when it finally starts breaking down, that's your target. And just trading that part to get the risk out of the trade. So that's what I'm kind of anticipating here. That's a typical setup you'll see on anything, any currency, any pair. Hey Tom, how are you? So come on, go bullish to create that little support, and then let price move up. And if it can move up actually cleanly and through maybe some overbought conditions, then maybe it would be worth like a little cowboy trade. But we've got a bit to wait for that to happen. At least, I'd say at least 30 minutes, which is all right. We've got time. So I only moved about 50 pips for the London Open. I've had a couple impulsive clean candles. I do want to see London consolidate. All right. If this 3-minute candle can close bullish, then we'll have the first inkling of a support created.
Yeah. Yeah. If they said $1.50, I would have said yes.
All right, so the 3 minutes closing. So at the moment, this Asia high over to the left is holding. We've got a support created. 5 minutes, got another minute left before this 5-minute candle closes. Any break, especially a second, if it gives us a second break, like if it tries to push down and break the low of this bearish candle, and then wick up and then break the low again of, sorry, not the bearish candle, of this candle. If this one can, oh, don't do that. Close. I want it to close bullish. Then the next one, if it can wick down, take the low, sort of have its little rejection, it'll be looking like something. It'll wick down. Say it moves up, wicks down, then comes back up a bit, and then breaking that low the second time, I think you can target the London low at that point. If it does that. But that's created that little support now, which is nice. 3 minute. Let's see if it can move up and then create another higher resistance to create like a bit of a London consolidation. But a second break underneath this doji. First break might just be a retest. The second break below here, I think the London low is a target. If it just creates a support and then keeps on legging it higher, then I'll be looking for price to move up between 90 to 100 pips from the low before looking for that potential counter trend. It'll be a scalp. It won't be something that I'll be holding for a long time. It'll be something because it's so bullish, but I also only want to take it after like a rejection candle. So I will log into my account now. I was keeping it not logged in just to make sure I didn't impulsively do anything. Two-minute HCS was down, but not trusting that. Oh yeah, this little resistance that's created. Oh, I've got something that Thorsten worked out to share. That it's really good. I'll let you know in a second. Let me just log in here. Okay. All right. Paul, you'll appreciate this. you know when daylight savings changes and we've got to like change the indicator. So Jim sessions.
Yeah, he was asking me about this yesterday. I couldn't get it to work though.
Oh, okay. If you change this time zone to say Europe, London, then it will automatically change with when London changes their time, when Europe and London changes their clocks. So you've got to type it in exactly like that. It's a prompt. So see our London Open is 8 a.m. And then if I had it at how it was, GMT +1, which keeps it at 8 o'clock. If I go to February, I've got to be on the hour chart. If I go to February, now this, see, we're in Feb. Now the London Open is at 7. Well, it looks like it's at 7. So what I need to do for the session indicator is I need to take that +1 off, just go back to GMT, and then it shifts across. But you got to keep on doing it manually every time there's daylight savings. But if you replace time zone with Europe/London, you'll see that in February the London Open's in the right spot. And then if we go back to current price, London Open's in the right spot. So just change that to say Europe, London, and we don't need to keep on shifting it with daylight savings. It should stay correct the whole time, all throughout the year.
Yeah, it definitely
Is
makes
that forward slash
backtesting a little
London or
bit easier.
backslash London? Sorry,
/.
/.
Yeah. What was that, Paul?
Definitely makes backtesting a little bit easier when you're trying to
Yeah.
go quickly.
It's always a mind warp when you've got to go back. You're like, oh, which time is that one? And so it works nicely. Okay, the first 30-minute candle closed bullish with a nice top wick. The new candle's open, doing the wick fill. Yesterday did the same thing, remember that? That the first 30-minute candle opened bullish with the wick, then did the wick fill, and then we got that. So I wonder if we're going to follow the same playbook. So we've done the wick fill now, which is all good. Really liking the idea of the second break underneath that doji to retest the London low. I like that as really like that as an idea for whenever that happens. Doesn't have to be now. It's an idea for just whenever. Doesn't change the trend. Doesn't do anything. It's just a nice space. That second break, you can get a nice little 30 pip move. Now doing this wick fill. If we can get the momentum, then after it breaks the high, it's not really the momentum I want to ride without the pullback, as I've explained. It's so hard, it's so annoying to be in a buy because you don't really know exactly where to put your stop loss, and then to get any sort of risk reward, price would need to go equal to your stop up. But if price went up and then pulled back, then you can find that breakout position never quite get to your target, but now it's retesting your entry, and you're probably out of that trade by then. Good morning. Just turned it off. I turned it on when I woke up.
Turned it on.
Yeah, it's been on for an hour. Just turned it off, and then it was very cold in here.
It's a bit hot.
I'm in the second break. It's broken the high, pulling back, breaking the high again. Could go for potentially like 19,640, 19,650 area. That is a potential. That would take this move up to about 80 pips. So that's not a bad area as well. Breaking above this bullish candle, just targeting 25. Man, you've got to be so careful up this all-time highs. You should have SAP data as well now. So they gapped higher big time. Okay, I just want to see a little rejection, break above, and then look for that 25 pip move up to the top side. Another 15 pips, and then just take the risk out. Just see if this 15 then has the legs. Come on. Cool. I'm starting to get this overbought as well, which is nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean it's you got to be super careful, isn't it? So sometimes it's better if you're not confident to not take it. Who's in this one? Cool. Took minuscule profit. Time, you got to hold them longer. I took a buy after the sale didn't work out. Is it Michael or both? Both? Oh yeah. Alright, Alex took a buy. Yeah, it's that contrarian mindset that we need to battle. Sometimes it saves you in trading. Another time it works really against you. Because there's a lot of there's a lot of risks and arguments where the equity market shouldn't be doing as well as they are. And those arguments can be very, very, very loud and hard to ignore. But often at the moment, though, the bulls are well in charge. But navigating highs is bloody hard, man. Okay. We've got a bit of structure here as well. We've got this support. London, this 15 minutes. I don't think this is the rejection just yet. Pretty strong reaction for that last 5-minute candle. Now, can it do a wick fill? Or are we going to start now breaking down? Possibly look at strategies holding longer in a study session. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Sometimes it's simple. It's accepting the risk of the trade, and then just trying to just not look at it. It's really hard to combat those emotions though. Sometimes it's just literally turning the computer off, or going for a walk, or just getting away from the computer. All right, so we've got this is the kind of candle I want. I want to see a candle like this on the 5-minute, up around here. If we get something like that, then that'll be a good opportunity, I think. Really would like to see it move up, create these structures, because it makes the next trade easier. Because if it can move up, I think it's much easier to short it. And if we can get it to move up and show rejection across here and have structures like this, if we can break underneath a structure and then maybe have a good retest, like maybe up to somewhere like here. So price move up, come down, break it, retest it, maybe consolidate for a bit, and then start pushing down, then you can look to target this one, and then also the London low. Anyone in any sells right now? It's okay. It's I'm curious though. I just want to if you explain it to me.
Pretty keen to short gold from where it is at the moment.
26.50.
Well, look at the price action.
Oh, I took the Asia high.
Yeah, got HCS from the upside. 15-minute break, close bearish. It's a good PR sell zone, I think.
Very similar to the way Germans moved from like Euro open to up here. The way gold, like not looking at the like this bit. It's very similar, isn't it? Okay, come on, John. Yeah, we can look at while German's just ticking around. Let's look at gold. Yeah, apart from the Asia high, what else are you looking at? Apart from the Asia high,
50.
what's that?
The New York 50's there too.
50.
There's some to the left. There's some bullish engulfing candles which are broken in this area as well. It indicates it's a decent sell zone on the 1 hour.
I actually quite like the idea of if what would you do? Would it still be sells if it's breaking above here?
No, I think I'm going to keep my stop fairly tight here. But might just be gold moves so quickly when it goes.
Yeah, I don't mind actually the space above the high as well. If it stays
Yeah, I
under
want to buy,
high,
but not from here.
no, you can't. You
I
can't
want to
buy.
buy from low.
You can't buy into that, but above that,
Yeah, I think
that's. I feel like this wick won't hold. I feel like this is the liquidity, and this is probably the target. So I quite like above 26.54 up to 26.58.
especially with how we ranged in that 2650 area yesterday, it spent so much time hanging around it.
Yeah. Yeah, but if it's breaking this, we've got a trend line break, but we don't really have. We haven't got like it's a pretty shallow break for the retest. But like if it breaks support, and the second break underneath here, then you'd have to think we could at least come down, take the Asia low again. So I could see like a 50 pip trade either side outside of this area. The way it forms, like up here or down here, depending on how it moves. Okay. The first hour coming to a close. If we can actually, if this pulls all the way back and we're closing underneath this Asia high, then this could say it closes underneath Asia high. That means this candle will need to have dropped all the way down. That'd be really, really interesting. The last 5 minutes of the candle now. Pretty important 5-minute candle. This one will determine where that hour closes. So can it close underneath that little resistance?
That's the trend break there.
Yeah. Yeah, the second break below London low is a target. Second break below these. Look at that hour now. SAP still very bullish. Oh man, close right on it. Typical. It's like close above, close below, but close on it. So remember we were saying about that structure, that if it moved up, created that support, then moved up in here, and then creating, like if it can do a close below here, then pull back sell to the London low. Also, what would be nice is it to leave this double bottom, push up higher, and then use this if it pushes up from here, leaves that double bottom, then this is liquidity for later. This area, and if you can get that reaction from high, like everything overbought, rejection wick. Target this one. This could be like a late London move. In the initials, there's in the what we did on Sunday. And the indicators. Watch this video. It's not too long. Yeah. That's where I'm talking about, like what I'm looking at it for. The indicators, it's definitely just something to potentially add confluence. You want to have your zones and all that kind of worked out. So it's always very difficult. Like you got to be so careful because we haven't got anything to go by to the left. But on when we're not at all, just coming off fresh all-time highs, that videos explaining like where I want to target that initial London open just to see where there could be a sign of momentum slowing. And if it's at a zone already, plus the indicator, plus a candle, then usually that's enough for an edge. But just because it's showing here, you don't want to go use this first and then try build analysis around the indicator. You want to have your analysis and then use the indicator afterwards. Yeah, but check that video out. Okay, I think. Reckon that low, London low. If we can just do a little pullback, breaking this low, and there's London low. So a little pullback, little top wick, then break its own low. So there is a little fair value gap right here. So to me, it's pretty risky taking a sell from here, like from up here. But if it can do that and then breaking these lows, this becomes pretty high probability that this works out. So that's the retest now. So now underneath this low, or even if it's rejecting and coming back down like into this wick, then there'll be something I'll be looking to take the sell. At least down into this area. And it'll be also something that if this moved up all the way, then you can get into a sell earlier if it shows rejections to target this low as well. Because I reckon this London low will be taken at some stage. It's just a matter of timing. But see how like I came back up to that little area just now. So if this candle can leave that top wick and then starting to break its own low again, really good sign for the London low being taken. All right, gold's getting close to breaking above there. So leaving this wick, I quite like gold to, I think probably actually closing above here just to be safe, to consolidate, because this is a fake out area. But if we can get gold to close above 54, then I think you can fairly safely target these clean candles. Okay. Cool. So at the same time, we could be getting the gold buy and German sell. All right, there goes gold. Just got to get above this black line. Yeah, it's both at the same time. So German gold buys, German sells. Nice little 5 closed above. Now just 30 pips the upside. German, if we can get rejections, like I want to see this target. I want to take the London low, but if we can actually get some buys from under the London low, I'd be really keen for that too. Come on. Second break can fly. So there's still a little zone, just got to crack into this area. So always the first break is always a bit risky. It's got above the Asia high, so it's taking the second break above there, so it shows the momentum to the upside. This is definitely liquidity though. So second break above, we can see that 40 pips to the upside. Looks like we're getting very close to that London low now for German. Oh, okay. Have a good dinner, Tom. Okay, just about to hit that low now. All right. Sweet. Created a new low now for London. Very good. Now let's see if that was it. But that was the high probability move. Break under structure, retest, second break, next level, and that was the London low. Now that we've taken the London low, we've got this area here. Not sure what's going to happen underneath here, if it's going to go for the euro low. If the trend's strong, it don't need to. This could literally be it. This was the manipulation. Price, get it in, get a good sell price, get a good buy price. Have a lot of sell side liquidity built up, and now they could go and raid that. For a target, literally no idea. Can't use anything to the left. I'm just using a round number, so 50 point handles. But it'd be nice to see it just rise from here. Gold's looking like it's doing. Oh no, it's not as high as I thought. I thought I saw 55. Oh, it was up 55. Just want to see that. I want to see a fast candle. Come on, gold. Now you just need to follow suit.
Check out the 15-minute. It's pretty strong.
Yeah. Come on. Push.
It's a nice close on that 15 as well.
Yeah. I'd really like to see it hit 58.
Yeah, I'm on it to 2,700.
Oh, look at that, man. Gosh, jumpy. Problem is that's no chance to happen in this session. Problem is when gold, whatever you get in London session, is trying to survive past New York. And if London's breaking above this area again, then that was real nasty at what they did. Anyone that took buys in that first hour at any stage, if you hadn't closed out, you're underwater. the 1 minute, like the structure that's taking place here, before any convincing upside. London low, definitely reactions, but we've got to break out of this before any buys can really take place. Otherwise, if we're breaking these lows, then the next point would be getting down towards these London lows, pre-London lows, to take the sweep their liquidity as well. If this keeps moving the way it is, then keep an eye on the indicator, because once everything gets oversold, you can see that when it is oversold, they give really nice reactions. You don't get many of them. Like here's the last three that we had. Everything oversold, everything oversold, and everything oversold. You can see like because the trend's so strong, when it is oversold, you get nice little bounces.
This is the bottom of that channel I had marked out. German.
On German.
Mm.
Okay, come on, gold. Push. See where this 30-minute comes to a close. Okay, looks like we're getting to that dead period. That now it waits for the stream to finish before it starts moving. Doesn't matter where anything is. German's moving at least. Just not sure where this is going to stop. Now that we're under the London low, I want to take a buy, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for everything to get a bit oversold. See where it ends up. Wait for a rejection wick. If it's going to be, if everything gets oversold, and we're like near the Asia low, and we've got a bullish rejection wick, I'll take it. If we're near the Euro low, I'll take it. But if it's underneath the Euro low, I would be very cautious taking it if we've got a bullish rejection wick underneath the Euro low. Unless I'd prefer then to at least maybe look at some area of structure, 50% of New York, maybe the London high, maybe that one, but I'm not too sure. I'd be really cautious that there's too much selling momentum if we're underneath the Euro low, and we're starting to show some real aggressiveness, especially if it's getting closer to the New York session. I wouldn't want to take that. I do want it to at least stay above some of these support areas and then show oversold and then rejection wick. But if it's underneath, breaking these lows, I'd be really cautious about that, okay? Gold's now, we've got the 30-minute candle close, but the last 20 minutes it's just gone sideways. So once we're above here, I think it's going to be a fairly smooth ride, but don't know how long it's going to take. I don't really want to just watch it. I'd rather just let it just do its thing. Alrighty. You guys looking at anything else? You guys been quiet today.
Oh, that was a nice trade, Adam. Well done.
The sell was nice. Yeah, the buy only moved 15 pips above. So when it took the break above, and it only moved 15. The target was so much nicer when we get some price action, and then we can use something to the left. When you're in this empty space, it's really hard to pick something reliably. All right, so now we're at least we're back to this structure. Let's watch the 1 minutes. Oh man, gold just grinding, isn't it? It's a tough watch. So any one of these wicks where price is making a new low, once it starts breaking above, the second break above, then we see the pullback. Otherwise, what it's doing is just making lower lows, lower highs. Yeah, France 40s all the way down. Equities are having a little bit of a breather, just German did a little liquidity grab first. SAP, where's SAP? Alrighty, well, you guys only got any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to scoot.
If you're going to close the stream, I reckon I'm going to load up along quickly now.
Yeah, it'll move afterwards. The only one that's moving at the moment is German. Equities are moving all right. We're getting close from top to bottom now to 90 pips, which is actually getting good range now. But yeah, we'll close the stream so that the market can move, or at least gold can move. So I really want to see at the moment. Nice on Adelaide. Took 2 trades. That's good. Are you still having that trade block? Or are you getting past that? I'm gonna cut the YouTube. There hasn't been a single comment on there, so there's no questions from that side.